Hi people, Stang Dad here, putting on the front sway bar now. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I did, or what I'm doing. Maybe it'll help you put your front sway bar on a little bit easier. Okay, Stang Dad here, going to show you how to quickly mount, jack up the front end of your 2011 Mustang GT. If you need to get the two wheels off the ground to get underneath the front. I'm installing a front sway bar right now, so I had to get the wheels off the ground, take the wheels off. If you look right behind your little plastic cover that you take off to change your oil filter, you'll see a cross member right here, right in front of the oil pan. If you can get the jack under, if you got a low profile jack, you get it under and you set it right there underneath that cross member, and you can jack it up from there. Be careful. You do not put this underneath the oil pan. You'll screw things up. It's got to be underneath the cross member right here. Once you get the car up high enough, you can put the jack stands underneath the subframe connectors right here on both sides. Bring it down gently on that, and that'll be a secure way to jack stand the front end of your car. Make sure you take all necessary precautions, and then when you want to let it down, you're going to lift the jack up right here, crank it up again, pull the jack stands out, slowly let the car down. Okay, after safely getting your front end of your car lifted, you got to go underneath and you got to loosen up the pans, the little screws to drop this right here. Now this is connected to this little brace here, a frame. This has got to come off before you can start removing the sway bar. So, contrary to some other videos where people just jump underneath and they remove the plastic piece there and they just start pulling off the sway bar, they're missing a step. You got to pull this bracket off first. All 15mm bolts. It's a little tedious, but you got to take that off first. Then you go underneath and you start taking off the front sway bar, off the end links and off the mounts where the bushings are. Alright, next you're going to disconnect your sway bar links, these end links right here. You got to turn this nut in the back, and you got to have a 17mm, I think that, yeah, 17mm to hold this side while you're turning that to take disconnect the end link. When you get that nut off, it'll look like this. See, the end link will just be hanging there. That's where I disconnected it from the sway bar. See, end link will just hang there. Here's a tip. While you are unmounting the plastic cover in this bracket that I told you about, spray these bolts right here that connect the sway bar to the end links. Spray those with liquid wrench and let those soak, you know, for the 15 minutes that it takes for you to take off that freaking thing over there. And when you're ready to turn the nut in the back here, it'll break loose. You know, that's what I did. I sprayed a liquid wrench on it before I started taking all this other stuff apart, and I'm convinced that if I didn't have that liquid wrench on there, it would have been a lot tougher to get off. Alright, here's the sway bars next to each other. The one on top is the factory Ford sway bar. The one on the bottom is the SR Performance Aftermarket sway bar. Again, it's three-way adjustable right here. And they seem to weigh about the same just by grabbing it and feeling it. I didn't weigh them, but I mean picking them up and feeling them in my hands, they feel about the same weight. And if you go like this, just the cheap little, you can feel that this one is beefier. It's supposed to be around 35, 36 millimeters. It's a 36 millimeter bar, as the stock one I think is like a 34 millimeter. So there you have it. Gonna work on putting it back on the car now. Putting the new one on the car. Alright, got the new sway bar mounted. See the new brackets, new bushings. So I pulled the sway bar underneath, pushed it up onto these stationary bolts here, and put some nuts on it to hold it up. Then I went and hung the end links on the center hole. So now the whole sway bar is mounted. But now I just got to tighten everything up. So I'm going to tighten up these brackets first underneath. And then I'll tighten up the end links. Alright, everything's buttoned up. You can see the new sway bar. I got it set in the center hole. And everything underneath is buttoned up. It's a little tedious, but it's fairly easy. Just takes a little time. Again, I'm doing it by myself. So, and making a video, so it takes me a little longer. But, now I gotta go out and test drive it. All I gotta do is put the wheels on and lower it, and have better handling, less sway. I'm pretty sure it's gonna work good. I'll make a report. All right, see ya.